Thank you so much for joining us on the Policy and Business Opportunity Podcast live here on the African Diaspora channel in collaboration with CRBC Cross River Broadcasting Corporation. My name is Janice Kobum, and on this podcast, we talk everything government policies, we talk business, we talk investment opportunities in Cross River State and beyond. And joining us today, we have something very important we are going to be looking at as our focus, and that is product branding and marketing. And we have in the studios with us Pastor Mrs. Enwongo-Abasi Okon. She is the General Manager, Capacity Building, Cross River State Microfinance and Enterprise Development Agency, MEDA. Thank you so much for
having me.
Being here with us today. It's always a pleasure, getting to sit down and listen to you talk to business owners, talk to people that intend to start business. It's always a pleasure to see that you have been in MEDA for a very long time.
Yeah.
And then you have also helped a lot of people grow businesses and you have mentored them, through the process. And I know that you do a lot of branding as well. I know some of the products that you have changed from cocoa to something else, from mango to something else. So I think that you're just the best person that we should be talking to at this moment. So I'm going to ask or start the conversations from the basic. What does the Cross River State Microfinance and Enterprise Development Agency, what is the core function of this agency?
Okay, thank you so much for having me. Cross River State Microfinance and Enterprise Development Agency was established 15 years ago. Okay, this year will make it 16.
Oh, fantastic.
And our mandate was to grow businesses across the state. All local governments included, indigenes, non-indigenes. It stemmed from the fact that Cross River State has been seen as a civil service state over the years. And we have, by the grace of God, been able to change that narrative. And also the present government, present administration of Senator Prince Basidero has encouraged us, and he has mobilized us to continue with that mandate. And that's what we are doing. So businesses are being trained, entrepreneurs are trained. We have 3 departments in MEDA.
Okay.
The first is what we call the Capacity Building and Enterprise Development department, which I head.
Okay.
And basically it's training, also sourcing ideas across, sourcing business opportunities and helping the people to know these business opportunities and assess them.
Okay.
Then we have the investment funding and credit, where we source for cheap credit, cheap loans, cheap funds for our people.
Okay.
And cheap loans are loans that have single-digit interest rates.
Okay.
That's from 9% down. The commercial banks have a high interest rates, and it's not good for businesses, especially startups or businesses that are trying to grow. So what we do in the investment funding and credit department is to source for cheap finances. We can do that through banks. We can do that through collaboration with federal governments. We also do that through international NGOs. If they have a program and they want to assess the people, we stand as a mediator between them and all. And so it's helped us. And then we have what we call the Research, Monitoring and Evaluation department, which takes care of planning, takes care of monitoring our projects to make sure that we are in line with our action plan. So that's what, and then we added a new department, which is a corporate affairs department. And that one has to do with relationship with organizations that come to do business with us. So that's what MEDA is all about. And by the grace of God, we have been able to train a lot.
Okay, so before we get into you being able to train a lot, you said something about the government of the day encouraging and also mobilizing.
Yes,
so I think that I would want you to shed more light in terms of the mobilizing. How has the government mobilized MEDA, to help businesses in Cross River State?
What they have done is that they have been able to give us the funds necessary to be able to do the training, training the people. and also giving us funds to be able to give people access to startups and even those that are already existing businesses. But we don't give this funding directly. We collaborate with banks. Like now we have a loan facility that is about to take off, and that is with Sterling Bank. And that is a Sterling Bank arrangement with the Cross River State government, and MEDA is midwifing that process. We have not started disbursing that loan, but that's that. So the government of the day in Cross River State, that's the Cross River State government, has tried their best, and also the federal government has in a little distant past has given out loan facility, grants through their presidential grants. We have the BOI, Bank of Industry grants. There was something like that took place in which people were given 10,000 naira, to do one thing, to inject it into their business. So we have those kind of grants. So what we do in our agency is to look out for those grant opportunities and those loan opportunities that will be of benefit. And not only those grant and loan opportunities, but also training opportunities. Because in MEDA, it's not only about training entrepreneurs, basic training. We also have organizations that come in and say they want to do export-ready training. They want to do branding and packaging training, those kind of things. There's another organization that came in and said they want to do logistics training, So we have that. And we also collaborate with the Calabar Chamber of Commerce. So we have that kind of arrangements with different organizations. All this is to help our people and to help entrepreneurs.
Okay, so we'll come back to this part of the conversation, but I like the fact that you say that MEDA extends its services, its trainings, grants and loans to local government areas.
Yes, please.
So across the 18 local government areas in Cross River State, there is a touch of MEDA.
Yes, please.
Now, how have you been able to facilitate all of this?
Okay, what we do is that when we are working with the local governments, we break the state into wards.
Okay.
So we pick ward by ward.
Okay.
Like in MEDA, we have different programs. We have the POISE program, which is, we have, under the POISE program, we have the READY. READY is the Retiree Enterprise Development Program.
Okay.
We have the Entrepreneurship Clubs in Secondary Schools program. We have WUNID, which is the Women's Enterprise Development Program.
Okay.
We also have the Youths Program, and we have one, Youths in Tech. So what we do is that we break them according to wards.
Okay.
Also, we take it according to senatorial districts and then local government by local government. We also have a product called One Local Government, One Product.
Okay.
Trying to see which product is prevalent or is more highlighted in each of the local government and seeing how we can develop it and get entrepreneurs to bring it up to a point in which it can be export ready.
Okay.
So that by the end of the day, we can say, if you go to Yako, you're going for what? Gari. If you go to Akpabu, you should be going for palm oil.
Okay.
If you go to the north, like Ogoja, you should be going for yams. That kind of thing. And then we now start working with the people there to develop these products and send them out.
Okay, so I'm tempted to ask. You had mentioned that there's a touch of MEDA in all 18 local government area, and this touch is based on the specific needs of each local government area. So I would like to ask to mention, some of the local governments that you have touched and what specific need that you have been able to help those local governments with.
Okay, I want to bring it back. I was telling you about the products we have, the products we have, and I've told you about the WUNID products, the READY program. Let me break it down. It's not as if we go to one local government and work with them, but what we do is that if we have a program, we do a spread. There must be a spread. Every local government must be represented.
Okay.
So let's take READY, which is the Retiree Enterprise Development Program that is ongoing, second phase.
Okay.
We have done the first phase. We test ran the first phase. It was highly successful. And we decided that this second phase, we must touch all the local governments. So what we are doing is that there is a quota for each of the local governments. Representatives, that's representation in each of the local governments, retirees from each of them. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, if we are going to be doing a retiree program, we would have touched everybody in each of the local government. That's how we work.
Okay.
So for every program, we try as much as possible to have representations. Okay. From each of the local governments. Okay. That's how we work.
I think it answers my question.
Yes,
Thank you very much. Okay, so let's talk about training. How do we get to train businesses? From startups or for those that are already in business, how does MEDA get to train businesses? And how many businesses would you say that we have been able to train in this particular administration and is still standing and doing well as we speak?
Good. The first thing is that I would prefer you ask, how are we able to train entrepreneurs?
Entrepreneurs, yes.
Because it is the entrepreneurs that do the businesses.
Obviously.
We have done over 5,000 so far. We have done over 5,000 entrepreneurs. We advertise. We put the word out there. The trainings are highly subsidized, 10,000 naira in the Enterprise Development Center. So when they come in there, they are given every part of the training to become a successful entrepreneur. Okay. That's what happens there. And after that, they are given certificates. Now, another thing, we tie our funding arrangements to the EDC. Okay. Because we will not want to give money to people who don't know how to do business or who have not passed through our training. Because we expect that anybody who has passed through our training has been able to get some form of knowledge that will be able to sustain the business.
So you train first?
You train first.
You give grants or loans?
Yes. So we now open up those people to access to funding.
Okay.
Now, many of the people that come in there may not necessarily need access to funding, but they need the knowledge to be able to improve their businesses, especially those who are already in business, not startups, So many of them come in after the training, they go back and apply whatever learning they have had from the center into their business, and it improves. And another thing that is very encouraging in our training is that we encourage networking. Okay. Many people, they don't really need money to scale up business. They need people to scale up.
You business people, you'd always say that, or professionals, let me not say business people, professionals, you always tell us that, look, you don't need funding first to start a business. So how true is that?
It's so true. It's very true. It's very, very true. Let me tell you something. There's something called other people's money. If you have an idea and you're a cook, you just need little money to cook. If your food is good, by the time you advertise, we teach you how to brand and advertise and market your small plates. People will now subscribe and give you money to scale up. It depends on how you use it. And it has worked over the time. But I found out that the people who you give money first to start business, always, many of them have, in fact, let me say 70% of them don't use that money like the way it's supposed to be used. Yes, okay. Because the first thing is that you have to make mistakes with your own money before you collect somebody else's money. And you may be sitting down and thinking that you need a particular equipment. Over the time, you find out you didn't really need that equipment. So you have tied down cash. Okay. So that's why we say that it's not every business that you need so much money to start. Okay,
so let's drop funding for now, because there's a particular thing you said that I'm going to come to when we talk about funding proper. Okay. Let's go back to training. What kinds of trainings do you give to entrepreneurs at the EDC?
Okay, for now we do what we call the enterprise development training, which is the basic. which takes you through entrepreneurship, takes you through marketing, advertising. It takes you through bookkeeping. It takes you through idea generation, which is very important, because many people, they don't have an idea of what they are really doing, so it takes you through all that. It even takes you through access to funding windows, also, it also does networking. Okay. And it also takes you through the legal side of business. Okay. Many people don't know that whatever they are doing is a passion. Yeah, I'm doing business, it's a passion. When by the time you legalize your business, you're now in business. And how do you legalize your business? By registering it, having a business name, opening an account in your business name. That's legalizing your business. So that whatever happens, you can pay tax.
So let me ask you this, Pastor Enwongo.
Yeah.
Is there a difference between someone that just wakes up in the morning and is like, look, I need to do something to put more money in my pocket.
Yeah.
And I decide to, Mama Nkechi by my roadside sells Gary and it moves, right? So why don't I just sell Gary to put money on my pockets, right? Is there a difference between that kind of person with the person that you just said business is passion, that is passionate about doing a particular business? Is there a difference?
Okay, that's
Is it not still, let me have money to eat, to feed my children, to pay bills?
Yeah, it's the same thing, but it's different.
Okay, let's know.
It's different in the sense that you're being spontaneous. If that business fails, you will drop it and go to another thing.
Exactly.
But some of us that have been in business, it's passion. So even if the prices increase or don't increase, you're still stuck on that because you know that's where your passion lies. It's just like saying a fashion designer, who has been passionate about it growing up. And then all of a sudden things just get, the person who continue that business, but maybe adjusts. There'll be an adjustment, but somebody who comes in and says, Janice is making money selling clothes. Let me just join it. That's a spontaneous. That one is that's very spontaneous.
And then you go into the clothes business,
and you find out that it's not you. In fact, you
as rosy as you thought.
You know what to, and you change.
And then you change.
You change. So that's what we teach the people there, that you need to be passionate about what you're doing. But if it fails and you cannot work at it, just change it.
Okay.
But let it not be let it not be because somebody else is doing it. That's why I'm doing it. But let it be that you are entering it as a passion. Business is like a relationship.
Wow.
You need to work at it to make it work. It's the truth. You need to work at it to make it work. Because there are sometimes you won't feel like doing it. So at that point, what do you do? Or sometimes you will not have the money. The only money you may have is only to buy raw materials. You can't even pay salaries. What do you do? Let
me just give you a quick story about myself. I remember when I finished school in 2010, and I was like, what do I do in my life? And I didn't have anybody giving me money, and I needed money. As a growing young woman, I needed money. And so a friend of mine in Lagos, she was my classmate, but after school she left. They all left to their different places. So she was like, Janice, why don't you look for money and start coming to Lagos to buy stuff and selling? I was like, that's a good idea. So somehow I muzzled up some money and off I went to Lagos. And if you ask me where is that business today, I'm literally ashamed to say how that business ended, because I noticed that when I go to the markets, I have eyes for very cute things. So in my head, I had the mentality of always buying my size, so that when I don't sell it, what do? I wait.
So you already failed in the business because it will not give you a push to try and sell it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not selling. Okay, let me wait. It won't give you a push. So that was what must have happened.
And then another thing I noticed was by the time I get to the markets, I might end up using half of the money to buy stuff for myself, and then before I now buy for my business. So it was a problem. For me, I think, going by what you just said, I think it was spontaneous, me being spontaneous. I just needed money to do one or few things. But lots of business people do that.
It is what is happening. And if you notice those businesses don't really thrive. those businesses don't thrive. You find out that they open shop and the NEPA bill and even the rent are paid from outside, not from the business. If you really ask them, how much of this business pays your bill? It's like that. What happened in my business is that for years I was living hand to mouth. Then one of those days I just said, no, let me open an account, a business account, and every payment goes into my business account. And at the end of the day, I was able to buy machines. I was able to buy this. I was able to buy that. So the business was funding more things into it. So that's when I knew that, okay, now you're in business. Not as you collect money, you're going to the market to buy things for soup to cook for children or something. So those are the things you will learn in EDC.
It happens a lot. You have a business, you're selling food stuff, and you have a husband by the corner that feels that shop
is the kitchen, extension of the kitchen.
It's the extension of his kitchen. So everything the house wants is in the shop. And then, they end up collecting those things and not paying. So let's talk about even giving credits, doing business on credits.
Business is discipline. That's why I say business is like a relationship. When I am talking about business in the class, I always talk about it I talk about it as marriage. It's a relationship. You must be disciplined. There are some people that no matter the friendship they have with you, business money is business money. And until you reach that point in which your business money is business money, and if you are to touch it, you must give yourself 10,001 reasons why you should touch it. You must have a good reason. Because you see, let's look at it on the other way. If your business fails, everybody will laugh at you. But they are ready to collect credit and ready to do the things. But check the Igbos. I like the Igbos, so I talk about them a lot because I study them. I study their business principles and their business methods. If you go to an Igbo man's shop and you want credit, he will collect the money from you, tie your goods and keep one side. When you pay full, you come and collect it. You understand? Than for you to give the product and then the person now dilly-dallies. So you find out that for you making calls and going to collect your money, you have even spent over what you used to
be owed.
So it doesn't make economic sense. So the best thing for you is that you need to come and learn what it takes. And even in the class, when we discuss this, because people ask these questions, there are other people who, by experience, tell you what they did, and you can apply it. You understand? So credit, yes, you can give credits to people, but you must know who you're giving credits to. Because we in business also have what we call supplier credit. We collect credit from our suppliers. But your supplier will only give you if you have a track record with him and he knows that you will pay back. So that's when he will give. So it's not every time you go to your supplier and go, but when it's really hard, you can collect on credit. But make sure you pay as soon as possible to maintain that relationship, that credit relationship.
Okay, so let's move forward now. How many businesses would you say that we have been able to establish under the Microfinance and Enterprise Development Agency?
We can't do, let me say, we have been able to train over 5,000 entrepreneurs. And these over 5,000 entrepreneurs are in different stages. We have the startups. We have the already existing, and we have where the ones that have existed, they are already firm and everything. So to say how many business have you been able to establish will not be too in place with what we do. But what we do is that through our business clinics, we've been able to, by feedback, know that at least over 5,000 entrepreneurs are trying their best to make sure, and the different categories I've mentioned, that their businesses stand. So that's
so I'm wondering if after training and access to funding,
monitoring,
do you follow through?
Yes, we monitor. We monitor to find out if they are doing whatever they are doing.
Okay.
We also put them in a WhatsApp group to talk about their business.
Okay.
Why we do that is that so that we will have continuous relationships with them.
Okay.
And also if there are opportunities, we can share with them and to assess whatever opportunity is available.
Okay.
It may not be a group thing. It may be sector specific.
Okay.
It may be in the agri sector. So those in the agri sector it may be in the service sector. It may be in ICT, but we try as much as possible to have that kind of relationship with them. And the ones that are doing. And you can see that if we're having meta programs, you find out that if we are doing exhibitions, all the people that come to exhibit are our
people you've groomed.
Yes, please.
Oh, fantastic.
So we put that out and get them spaces for advertisements, for the market exhibitions. Yes,
okay.
please.
All right. So now let's delve into branding and marketing. Okay. But before we, look deeper into it, how we can begin to brand and, market our products from Cross River State to other parts of this, the country and even outside the country. Okay. Let's break it down for us. What is branding?
Branding is simply your identity. Branding is what do you want to be known for? What comes to your mind when I see what color comes to mind when I see Cross River State? It's blue.
Yeah. That's
our brand. What comes to Nigeria when we see the colors? Green, white, green. That's our color. So branding is actually your identity. And it's not only on products. Branding starts from even the individual. What's your brand? What are you being identified for? Do you understand? If I go out, apart from MEDA, the first thing, even when I came here, the first thing is, please, do you have chocolates in your bag? Do you understand? So I'm known for that.
Yes.
So branding is actually your identity. What do people see you for? How do people identify you? Somebody told me one day that he just saw he saw me at the back of my head and knew it was me.
Because of your hairstyle?
Because of my hairstyle. So I've carved a brand for myself. Do you understand?
Yes.
So what we are saying is that what do you want your product to identify? When we talk about Maggi, when you send a child to go and buy Maggi, at the back of your head, what are you thinking about buying?
Star.
No.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
If you look at, I want to drink Coke. The moment they bring Coke, you say, no, give me Sprite. Do you understand what I'm saying? So Coke already has a brand, those kind of things. So what do you want your product to be known for? When they see your product or service, when they see you, they should be able to know who you are. That's your brand. So simply put, branding is actually how you want to be identified. Yeah.
So how do we start branding our products? Giving ourselves, our product, that's specific brand?
It's going to be, it's a very wide topic. But it starts with the individual.
Okay.
How do you see your brand? How do you see your brand? How do we see Cross River State? It's a tourism state. Do you understand? How do you see your brand? Do you see your brand as international? Do you see your brand as a local brand? Do you understand? How do you see it? Are you proud of your brand? Do you flaunt it everywhere? That's why I said, we say, how do you see? You must brand, you the person who is producing the good or service, the product, must be able to see the product before we see the product. Because it will determine how you tell the graphic designer to design. Okay. What is the vision behind your brand? What is the mission behind your brand? I do organic. My products are organic. Preservatives, you understand, is out of the way. Anybody can come to my factory space and see what I'm doing. I try to make sure that everything is healthy. So it informs the brand. So what do? I look through other brands. How do they present their brands to be able to come up with my own? Because I believe that my own should give an organic flair. It should be a natural flair. Okay. So branding is not something you just sit down and say, since Sister Janice's product is white, let me too follow and do white. You don't know why she did what she was doing. Why she decided that that's how she wants to brand her products. You understand? So everybody must be an internal thing. It must be something the person thinks through before it comes out with a brand.
Branding and packaging, are they the same thing?
Yes, same thing. Branding, yes. Then when you finish branding your product, that means you have to have a logo on your brand. You have to have a logo.
Okay.
There must be a brand name. So it's not Ikoriwa Gary. You just put it there, Ikoriwa and Sons Gary. No, you brand it. Yeah. It should be catchy. Okay. It should be something that somebody can pick it up and say, oh, okay. So when you do that, you can even go a step further, trademark it so that somebody doesn't come to use your brand. But let it be catchy. Let it be something that you identify with, you're proud of. And then you have a design that you can put everywhere. Put on social media, put it as your DMD, whatever.
Yeah, display picture.
Yeah. Put it status there. Everywhere. Then when it comes to packaging is a different ball game entirely.
Okay.
When I started packaging, I didn't know. But as we grew in packaging, I know it's a different. Now, when you are packaging, you must understand that food grade packaging is different from other product packaging.
Okay.
And you must use food grade packagings for products that are food. So you don't just carry any polythene and just put anything. When I started doing chocolates, I used to use foil, the normal market foil, to package, until I was told that it's not done. So I had to import the chocolate foils.
Well, there's a particular foil for just chocolates.
Yes, and sweets and candies. It's softer than the foil. It's nicer, but it helps to keep it in, or the moisture, everything in. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Packaging is quite different. You don't just go and say, "Oh, okay." You can't package rice the way you package Gary.
Okay.
Do you understand? You shouldn't package it because rice. That bag that you used to package rice. Air can enter. You understand? And it's not good for Gary. The shelf life for Gary would drop. Yeah. So it is something that if anybody wants to go into packaging, it's different from branding. Now, branding, you have when anybody wants to go into packaging, the person must meet experts to find out which one. I'm doing palm oil. You don't package palm oil as if you're packaging Gary. There is something that you use, and then even the polythene you use to package palm oil, you need to be careful because there are some clients you send these things to and it will be rejected. Yes, it will be rejected.
Now, when you're doing exports,
that's when you're doing exports. So, and if you're doing food, you must go through an NAFDAC. You must register because it's food. So that somebody doesn't get contaminants, So these are the things about packaging that we need to know.
Between branding and packaging, which one gives more value or extra value to your product?
Both.
Okay.
You can have a good brand if you don't package your product. If you go to the market, what we eat or what we purchase is actually not the product, is the package. The brand and the package. That's what we eat. Have you seen cheese balls of lately? At least I saw cheese balls recently.
Okay.
You can count how many is inside.
Exactly.
But the package is so lovely that you want to buy. But by the time you open it, you say, so you find out that that's why I say both.
Okay.
I believe it's everybody. If something is packaged well, you can have the wristwatch that is in a very beautiful package, but it's not working. We are buying the package.
It's just like you're going to buy something from a shop that has AC and the one that doesn't have AC.
Yes, yes.
You pay for that extra value.
And you will notice you feel very, very okay paying for that extra value. You feel you've bought value. Do you understand? Meanwhile, the other place is selling value, not this side. But just going into Spa and bringing out a Spa bag, you feel very... Meanwhile, it is sold in 8 madam. Do you understand? So packaging is very, very important, and we have to pay attention to what we do. Okay. An experience, I handle exhibitions. That's part of my job description. Yes, please. I handle exhibitions and I see a lot. So what I do is that if an exhibition is able to come up, I try as much as possible to do to have a meeting with them, with all the vendors. And they must bring their products so that we can teach them how to package their products properly. These exhibitions are coming up and people are coming from everywhere. You don't know who will be your greatest potential, So you have to. There's a product I have. I've not been able to sell I sell the product, but I've not been able to put it out there. It's pineapple peels. Pineapple peels. It's a snack. We eat pineapple peels.
Pineapple peels?
Yes, it's a snack. You understand? So it's very good.
I don't understand.
It is a snack. It's like chewing groundnut or chewing anything. That's the pineapple peels I produce. But do you know why I have not? It's friends and family that are buying it.
Okay.
And they love it and they are... But do you know why I have not? I've not branded it.
So it's still in its raw form?
It's there. People are buying. But I've not branded it to take it out. So today, my colleague was like, he needs it for his mother-in-law. He needs it, he needs quite a lot. And I said, I'm going to give you on one condition. You're going to sit down and get a name for this product. And you're going to write the benefits of it. So that we have a product. Do you understand? Because you're doing word of mouth. That's not what we need. We don't need word of mouth. Branding helps you take your products outside the shores of Africa.
Okay.
But when you don't brand your product and it's just there, we will all be saying, it's good, it's good, it's good. Yes, it is good. Have you noticed that raw shea butter and the processed shea butter, which one sells better? The branded shea butter. Is the branded ones are all in the supermarkets all over abroad. The raw one, they will just collect it in cellophane, go and whisk it again, do whatever, repackage it, put a name, make it nice, and send it.
So how is all of this affecting businesses in Cross River State?
Oh, okay. The businesses in Cross River State, especially those who are in the production,
yes.
Production, because I've noticed that the people in the service industry, many of them have tried in branding. That's really good. You see a lot. If you go to some restaurants, you see they have tried. They are doing their best. Supermarkets, but the processing, the people in production. Now, it's a little bit, I think it's, I don't want to blame us in production.
Okay.
You know why? By the time you use all your energy trying to produce, which time do you have to sit down and say, okay, I like this tea to be like this, I like this name to be like that, and everything. That's where collaboration comes in.
Okay.
Get people to do the work. Get people, I have this product, to design something for me, let me see. Because it works hand in hand. You're not producing for yourself, you're producing to sell. And if you're producing to sell, you should do something well, you should be presentable.
But when you talk about collaborations, a lot of people would begin to ask questions like, is it for businesses that are not even able to stand on their feet that will begin to do collaborations?
What type of collaboration are you talking about? You have children in the house who are designing things and they know how to use one app or the other to design. You tell them to design.
I say, you just said branding. And you're now saying children should, suppose these children don't have that fine finish to whatever it is that they're designing.
They are graphic artists around. We have them in the EDC. If you come and ask us, oh, you want a graphic artist, we will give you like 3. If you want photographers that can do small photography work for your product, because we even Meda has done product photography for our businesses. There's a day we paid a photographer in Meda and we said, all the products, please bring them. We have a website and we are establishing a market on the website where we can sell made in Cross River products. So because of that, we had to do that product photography for them.
Okay.
Do you understand? Okay. So these are the little ways, and these are opportunities that are cheap because they are coming from us.
Okay.
So if somebody comes and says, I'm tired, or see, this is what I have, I don't know how to brand, I don't know how to do, we will give you like three or 4 graphic designers, and we'll tell them, please be lenient with these people. Don't collect so much money from them.
Okay, so you said something about exhibitions.
Yeah.
You do exhibitions, for potential clients.
Yeah.
And all of that. Now, I'm sure someone that would listen to us now would begin to ask, how do I, come in for such exhibitions? How do I participate in such? Are there criterias, that I must follow before I can be?
If there is an event, the first thing is that we don't do exhibitions randomly.
Okay.
We tie them to events.
Okay.
Like last year that we had the vice president's visit, we had an exhibition. We had a whole exhibition because he came to establish the MSME clinics in Cross River State. So we tie them. So we do not have standalone exhibitions. We tie them to events. We tie them to conferences. So anybody who wants to participate in the exhibition comes to our office.
Okay.
And we will give the person the criteria. And most times when MEDA is organizing an exhibition, there's little or no payment. May be very subsidized, nothing so serious.
Okay.
Do you understand? But we will also give you our criteria and tell you what you have to do. Okay. The first thing is that we want to see your product. Because we don't just want you to carry a basin of gari and come and keep and say you're selling. You need to properly package it. You don't know who is coming. The person may be coming from Abuja and say, oh, I like Cross River gari, and sees a basin of gari. It makes it so clumsy. And then goes to the next stand and sees the person has properly packaged it. So we do all that. We tell the people what they need to do. And also we have photographers who are able to snap. We also tell them that they have to get their complimentary cards. They have to have flyers or a roll-up banner. Make their stand interesting. So we do all that for them.
Okay, fantastic. Now, let's look at marketing now, because that's where all of this is driving to.
Yes, please.
From production to branding to packaging. At the end of the day, we want to sell. First and foremost, what's the marketing like for businesses in Cross River State? And then again, have we gotten to that point where would proudly say that we have started exporting?
Okay, marketing in Cross River State, people are marketing.
Okay.
And it's the same thing like you saying, the packaging and branding. It's all individuals. People are making millions in this place quietly, selling their products abroad. So it's not whatever. It's just that there are many people who feel that government should come and help them market their products. No, we won't do that. If government is not there, what happens? You won't eat. You market your product. So what we do in MEDA is to teach you the marketing opportunity, the marketing techniques for you to sell your products. There are some people who don't have physical shops. They have online shops. They sell online. They sell through WhatsApp. Leverage on your contacts. You have a product. Leverage on your contacts first and foremost before you start going out.
But you just mentioned, a few minutes ago that there's like a market for made in Cross River products.
We have not started the product with the markets.
Okay.
But it will have to be people who are intentional and have properly branded their products.
Okay.
So if they are ready, they come to the office, we will take down their details and tell them what to do.
Okay.
So that when the site is up and we are ready for that, it's just to post and people.
So this market, is it to feed Cross Riverians alone, or to feed Nigerians, or it's going to be like exports as well? It's going to encourage exports as well.
It's going to encourage exports, because if I come online and I'm in UK and come online and I see fish and crayfish properly packaged on the website, I'll place my order and buy.
Okay.
And that's as long as it's on the website, it's all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the things, but it starts from the individual.
Okay.
There is market for everything. It's just for people to be looking at the right direction, to be asking questions, to be knowing what do we do, where do we go, how do we do it.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody sits down and says, okay, I finished producing, a government will come and pick, it's going to be a problem. I'll give you a story that happened to me years back. I went to train in UGEP. I went to do a training in UGEP. This same, marketing, you people can market here, market. So I went home and one lady collected my number and called me in the night. I woke up, picked the call, and she said, madam, it's me from UGEP. I said, okay, fine, what's up? Madam, I just want to tell you that I have this Dina load of Gary that she wants to send the Gary to me. Let me sell for her. I had to.
As a marketer.
I said, market. He said, you told us that you will look for market. And help us. So me, I have. It's a Dina load. I'm sending it to you. I say, Gary, I'm not sold one cup. I'm going to sell how many bags of Gary? So it is something we try to disabuse people's minds, that government is not there to sell for you. Because if you don't emphasize on that, people will just bring their product and say, hey, we have fish, come and sell for us. No.
There's a ready market.
There's a ready market. That's government is there. No.
Okay. So, but in all of these things that we have talked about, there's nowhere that you have made it look as if there are challenges, around the EDC, around MEDA, and around, grooming businesses in the state. You don't have any form of challenges?
No, we have.
So let's look at the challenges.
We have. The first is the people mindset.
Okay.
Mindset. They feel that immediately you come to the EDC, immediately you come to MEDA must give you money automatically. There's a process. We are government.
Okay.
We are not a bank. So we don't give money like that.
Okay.
So that's the first challenge. Getting the mindset of the people to know that we were set up to encourage. We were set up as a catalyst to make businesses grow, for you to begin to think inward and get things done. Do you understand? So there we are trying. Although some people don't understand, I'm not coming here. Are you going to MEDA? No. Why should you go to MEDA? MEDA, they don't give money. No. That was not the primary thing. The primary thing is to help businesses grow. You understand? That's the first challenge. The second one is the timeline between finding funding and disbursing. Okay. Because we have to look for money. We have to look for collaborations. So while the entrepreneurs are sitting down there thinking, MEDA is so slow, they have not given us money, they have released so much money to them, we are looking for money. Because some people will bring money at 20% interest rate. Which business will be able to carry that kind of load? So we are looking, our mandate is single digit interest rate, at least 9%, 8%, 7%. You know?
Okay.
That's it. So that's the second one. And then maybe the third little bit of challenge is the challenge we also have is how to meet everybody's needs across the states. It's not easy. Cross River is a large terrain.
Yeah, it is.
It's a large terrain. And even if the people from the north come to Calabar, you still need to go there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very wholesome going there. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. It's a good experience because one, you find out opportunities that you will be like, there's so many business opportunities over there that even the people around there don't even see. So you go there and you help them. So those are the ones I can talk about for now. Yeah.
Okay. So this is a policy and business opportunity podcast show. And you just said something about, sometimes when you get to travel, you see opportunities. And someone might be watching and wants to invest. Where would you say that is, most reliable sector? Or what are the opportunities that we have that someone could, invest in?
Okay. The most viable sector to invest in is the agri sector. And in the agri sector, I would encourage the value chain.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Value chain is processing, adding value to whatever. You can imagine, I used to tell people, because I'm in the cocoa value chain, I tell people that for every cocoa, every bag of cocoa you sell, the processor makes 200% gain.
Wow.
Close to that. You're selling a bag of cocoa, 1.1 million naira. I'm making chocolates with that bag of cocoa. One bar of cocoa, which doesn't even take up to 3, 4, 5 seeds of cocoa, it's 4,000 naira. So if we are going to count all the seeds and how much I am making by just processing, I'm making way more money on one bag of cocoa than
the person that is just in the farm. The raw material.
So Cross Riverians need to go back to processing. And not just this crude processing. We need to do it right. I worry, honest, and I'm happy I'm here.
Yeah.
I worry over the number of hotels I see. I worry over the number of nightclubs.
And lounges.
Honest. No matter how those people think they have money, I don't value them. I don't value that. But if you open an industry, a processing industry, processing something as basic as pineapple juice, let's take that. Employing people, and it is going out. That is the value. Because this thing will outlive you. Even if you're in government, by the time you finish, you have something you're doing. You're touching lives. Do you understand? But lounges, how many people they go lounge?
Okay, so let me just hop on that immediately, and then we go back to value chain, investments in value chain. I think this particular argument came up a few weeks ago on social media. And one of the things that some people said was that, the state is a tourist state. And so because of that, it should allow for more hotels and lounges, to be built. Yes. And of course, you talked about employment opportunities. Hotels still employ people. So it gives room for employment.
Let's do the economics of hotel.
Okay.
At downtime after Christmas, how many hotels function at optimal level?
Okay.
I've gone to a hotel that I was like, we were only 2 guests, and they had to burn that generator for us. And DSTV has to work. So, see, hoteliers are crying. They are. It's not working. After December, they don't operate at optimal level. They operate at a loss. How many people go to lounges? Okay, Cross River State is a tourism state. And it has a large reserve for agriculture. But we are still, our water, bottled water, predominantly comes from outside the state. That the tourists are going to drink. We have even
but we have a few factories of water here.
They are not operating at the optimal level because it is not, more people should join that. The remaining part, we have water reserve that is clean. It's not as if we're struggling for water. The moment you dig borehole anywhere in Cross River, you are going to make it. So these are what we are talking about. We have fruits. We have fruits all over. Why can't we do bottle our fruits, our fruit drinks? Say we are talking about tourism. These are the things. How many chocolate factories are here? The cocoa powder that we drink in Cross River State is from Ondo State. It's from the West.
But they come to here to buy the cocoa.
Yes. So, like me now, I've started doing cocoa powder. It's just that.
And I think you did something with mango. Let's have a look at it.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm going to be using my hand. I'm sorry about that, but this is an experiment because mango is in season.
Okay.
And I do dried fruits. That's part of what I do. So dry fruits. So I was researching and I found out that you could do what we call leather. Mango leather. It's a sweet, but it's predominantly mango. So you just dehydrate.
So this is mango.
It's dehydrate pureed mango and then you roll it up and chew. So sorry that I'm using my.
I don't mind. I could.
Okay,
have one.
You can have one.
Dehydrated.
Yeah.
Cherry mango.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So that's that. So you see, so there's a lot. So if we're talking about tourism, and we don't have things like this, sweets that are made here in Cross River. We don't have chocolates. We don't have drinks that are made in Cross River. I make beer I make pineapple wine out of it. It's like palmy, but out of it.
Out of mango?
Out of mango, out of pineapple. Do you understand? Yeah. So these are the things. We shouldn't be waiting till it's up. We shouldn't be waiting till it's up wine, down wine. We can use the microphone. We can do pineapple on. Mm-hmm. Do you understand? So there's a lot. So when we are talking about tourism, let us talk about tourism and the things that will enhance tourism and even outlast, and people will need it outside. That's what we should be talking about.
So definitely it goes hand in hand with the agricultural sector and all the things that we can get from value chain. Fantastic.
Yes, please.
All right. It's been wonderful talking to you, actually. Okay. I always say that, anytime I sit down to listen to you, I get to learn a lot. But what would be your parting word right now to anyone watching us?
Think entrepreneurship. Think value addition. Think value addition. If you have small money, you can partner, you can do anything to a cooperative, but do something to change the trajectory of what we are seeing around. If you don't have any idea, but you have money or something, come to MEDA. Meet us. We will talk to you and be able to help you to think. There's a course we call idea generation. It's very important.
Okay.
And it is the first course we do in the EDC. People need to generate ideas. Business ideas.
Some people have money yet they don't have business ideas.
They are thinking, what do they want to do? Bekwara has a lot of groundnuts, but we don't have peanut butter factory in Cross River State. People are managing to do a little bit of kuli.
Yeah, I see that's everywhere now.
But we can do peanut butter,
which is more value added, than even the kuli thingy.
And it's more exportable. You export it out. So there's a lot. We are eating poundo that comes from the West, but we have a lot of yam. So why don't we do a yam processing factory that does yam flour for us to use? So there's a lot that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And so I just pray that even the people in diaspora, you start thinking about investing in us. I know they are scared of their money will miss their money, but they should think about. And I'm one person, if they can invest in my chocolates, I won't mind. Thank you.
Enwongo-Abasi, thank you so much. General Manager, Capacity Building, Cross River Microfinance and Enterprise Development Agency. It's always wonderful listening to you. I've always told you that you're a teacher. You know how to break it down for everybody to understand. And I like the fact that you've also cashed in on the opportunities to say, investors, just come and invest.
I make chocolates. I'm the only chocolate maker in Cross River State.
So obviously you need someone else to join you in this, in that field.
Yes, please.
And there's always room for there's always room for more people. They say monopoly, has a way of stifling, advancement of business.
Yes,
so if we have more people get to join us in this field, it will be better. But this is where we get to wrap things up on this end. Products, branding, and marketing has been an awesome conversation with Pastor Mrs. Enwongo-Abasi. And I hope that you have learned one or two things. I hope that, for investors that are seeking where to put their monies into, remember, we'd always tell you that Cross River State is a business destination, an investment haven. When you come here, government has done so much in terms of security, giving you a secure business environment. So the environment is safe for you. It is viable for you to do your business. So just bring in your money. You can, go to MEDA for more information. If you have money, you don't have ideas, MEDA would give you business ideas. Just bring in your money and invest in Cross River State. It's been wonderful once again. Thank you so much. My name is Janice Kobum, and I'll see you again when I get to see you. Thank you.